I am. Hmm. So, does it say I am? What the hell? I don't. Child, mommy not knowing how to use YouTube no more. Notification or something. Child, am I? Am I live, y'all? I think I am. Child, I don't know. Why when I click on it, it ain't opening. Now me not know how to use YouTube no more, y'all. Hopefully y'all can see me on YouTube. I think okay. I'm on here. I was like, girl, it's not saying at the top of the screen, the number ain't moving. So I'm like, am I live, child? It's been a while. Hey Sabrina, how you doing, sis? How are you doing? Are you in good fall mode? I know I am, baby. Look, my husband was like, it's not fall yet. I said, pumpkin spice me every fucking thing, everything. Mm. But hey, y'all, hope y'all are doing well. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I wanted to get on here because, baby, the questions, the DMs that I have been getting lately is I feel like oh, it's so funny. I was going back through some of my old I do too. I do too. I'm freezing right, baby. I'm gonna throw a sweater because I child, I don't wanna look. All I got back there is my little DWA sweater too. It is I don't want to turn this heater on because I don't think y'all be able to hear me. But I wanted to get on here because I really just feel like this is the thing. I get so many questions when it comes to like digital marketing and making money online, creating passive income for yourself, y'all. And one thing that I want people to really realize, I don't care your age, I don't care where you're from, I don't care what you think that you know, as long as you are open to learning information, y'all, you can make money. It's not about you knowing everything, it's not about you being an expert. Thank you, Sabrina. Hey, Christian, welcome in. It's not about that, y'all. And like, I really wanted to like really just start with the basics, y'all. Digital marketing. Everybody does a form of it. In this world that we live in nowadays, motherfuckers be scrolling for free. Yo, I'm sorry, I gotta put a sweater on. I am free. And this is, I promise you, no pun intended. This is just the only thing that I have um, right next to me because I'm like, baby, the way baby got this air on, and I don't want to have this heater on blast, and y'all be like, damn, bitch, we can't hear you. So let me get this on real quick. But no, I was gonna say, a lot of people be just letting this shit hold them back, and I'm like, child, you could get started. It's not that serious. But online marketing, y'all, anytime you talk about something, anytime you go on Amazon and you download something or whatever like that, a lot of people like to, read what are some books, Audible and shit like that. Y'all, it's a form of digital marketing. The way the world is going, everything is going digital. Okay. Again, a lot of people freak out and they hear this and they're like, I can't do that. I heard that. Baby, you need to be creating passive income for yourself. So please stop making, I know that you see a lot of people online, a lot of people be scrolling. They're like, well, I want to learn how to create this, but people just make it so difficult and so hard for me to follow along. It's not that deep. That is why I personally get on here and I talk about, going with an online course, a done for you course, right? And like I said, no pun intended that I put on this Digital Academy sweater. I promise you, this was literally the only thing that I had. But the thing about it is, like I said, is the key to making money. And this is one thing that I've learned from like studying millionaires and things like that is willing to learn knowledge, willing to sacrifice time to learn knowledge. Motherfuckers don't want to do that. They want to overnight. And I used to be the same way. I wanted that quick fix, get rich quick scheme and all that because I need some motherfucking money, right? But once you actually take the time, and one thing that I've noticed when you have a broke mindset versus a wealthy mindset is again you're looking for a quick fix versus oh you know what if it's a value I don't care how much it costs I'm gonna pay for it if I can actually get a result from it I'm gonna pay for it. And that's the biggest thing, the biggest I feel like misconception that people have when it comes to this shit. Y'all like, let's calm down for a second. Let's take it to the basics, okay? So if this is your first time seeing me or if you've never seen me before, my name is Sierra Janae. I'm a wife and mom of two. And typically I post content, I get online, I get on lives, and I just try to share, motivate, and inspire people to start their digital marketing journey just because it can truly transform your life. Like, again, I am someone that has tried multiple quick fixes because I needed some money. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I don't want to work no goddamn job. And, I've tried UGC, I've done wholesale real estate, I've done maybe every side hustle that you can think of. But one thing that I had found within all of them, it still kind of felt like I was working a job. It still felt like I was kind of answering to someone. And it just wasn't on my terms. It wasn't until I came across digital marketing and I too thought it was like, well, it's just so hard to like really understand. People are really selling PDFs. Like, that's how you making all this money. You're selling a $27 PDF and you're making all this money. And it's like, when you initially think about it, it kind of doesn't make sense, right? But that's the thing, y'all. People want education. People don't necessarily want to go back to school nowadays, right? And people are just, it's one of those things that you just learn that, again, a lot of motherfuckers are on some quick fix type shit, right? But if you are a person with integrity, if you are a person that who genuinely cares and wants to help people, you can create an amazing digital product that can solve a person's problem. And honestly, you can price it for whatever it is. Now, don't get crazy. Now, I'm not saying you can price it for $1 million, but there are $1 million products out here. And again, marketing, branding, I cannot say it enough. It's just such a great skill to learn. Hey, y'all, welcome in on TikTok. Such a great skill to learn. You know what I mean? And like I said, regardless of your background, regardless of where you come from, it would be beneficial for you. So what I do specifically, because again, I was looking for a quick fix. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, well, I've tried to create my own digital product before. I put so much time and energy behind it, but because I essentially didn't have clout, because people didn't know who I was, because I didn't take the time to like build up momentum, pre-launch my product, gather that is so important to learn in the digital marketing space. Hey Juju, how are you, sis? Um, I kind of had like my nose up against digital products and I thought that people were lying. I was like, again, ain't nobody making no goddamn 40, 50K a month selling a $27 product. There's just no way. I'm someone who I consider I'm an over deliverer. I love to over deliver for people. And when I first created my very first digital product, like I said, I put so much time and effort. Like it literally took me some months to put together this product because I wanted to ensure that people would have everything. But the thing about that is you can have the most amazing product. Your product could be better than motherfucking Bill Gates, okay? Better than Oprah. But if you do not learn how to market, if you do not learn about branding, if you do not learn about sales psychology, honestly, you're wasting your motherfucking time, okay? And that's the thing that people, it's that missing piece for them. I talk to so many people on a daily basis, y'all, where they be like, well, I have my digital product and I've created a planner and an ebook and this, and that, my life story or whatever like that. And I'm like, okay, sis, or okay, sir, let's think about this for a second. And this is no shade. I know so many people that have taken the time to create like an ebook about their life, right? And it's amazing. It's probably inspiring. It's motivating. You know what I'm saying? It represents perseverance, right? But at the end of the day, do a motherfucker give a damn about you? Like, and that's the thing. Like, I feel like people, we gotta have these conversations, and people don't want to have those type of conversations, and that's where shit get lost. And you too will pop up on the scene and be like, my product is so amazing, but nobody bought it. I knew these hoes was lying about digital products. And it's like, no, did you learn branding? Did you learn marketing? Did you pre-launch your product? Did you talk about your product 30 days prior before you launching it? Or did you just hop on social media and be trying to promote your product? A brand new social media account. I see that so much. And it's like, we have to work our way up to it. Now, granted, if you got some kind of clout, you got some popularity or whatever like that. Now, sometimes motherfuckers will buy that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just because they know you. Maybe you're the hottest person in your city or whatever. Everybody know you like that. Cool. They'll buy from you, right? But for a lot of us who are just regular schmegular people that are working 9 to 5s, moms, dads, you know what I'm saying? We got to build that momentum up. And that's where a lot of people get lost. And that's why I personally recommend a done for you digital product, because a lot of that groundwork is already done for you. And it really gives you good practice. So when you do decide that, hey, maybe you do want to launch your own product one day, you'll have a lot more experience. You'll have a lot more groundwork already done and a good foundation. And that is what I did. Like I said, I tried to launch my own product, didn't have any of this experience. But then when I got started with a done for you digital product called Digital Wealth Academy, hence my sweater, everything changed for me because one, a lot of people kind of knew about the product. So when I would be online, because a lot of the times the way you promote it is you're going to be filming like short form content. I personally like to get on live. Live streaming is probably one of my biggest strategies in how I gain sales and how I, get different clients and things like that. Hey, Edward, everybody has their own little, vibe or whatever like that and how they do it. And the really cool thing about it is when I first got started, y'all, I started off faceless. And that let me know just the power of branding, the power of marketing, the power of having a good message behind your brand, right? I wasn't even showing my face, and I'm like, baby, I'm cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, and motherfuckers is buying this shit. And so that really kind of just showed me, like, it's not, I don't want to say, because again, I'm big on integrity. I'll be damned if I spend some money. I don't care if it costs $5 and the product is terrible. I'm gonna be pissed. But a lot of it comes down to, y'all, the marketing. How did you market it? How did you talk about your product, right? A lot of motherfuckers be like, hey, my product is so amazing. I worked really hard on it. It's gonna, and they get on live and they be talking like that. Then they wonder why nobody buy they shit, or they'll post it in their Instagram story. What you say, Edward? Good morning, baby. How you doing? Another sleepless nights in the books. Okay, that's what we got to do. Education is everything, y'all. Versus telling a story, making people feel, answer people's pain points. Don't nobody give a damn about you. And that was the thing. That was probably one of the fastest ways for me to actually start making money. I had to take me out of it. Like, yeah, I'm a mom. Yeah, I know the struggles of a mom, but at the end of the day, I don't give a damn about what I'm going through. And you have to answer people's problems before you do anything, before you start when it comes to you trying to make some money from something, because you're not paying you, motherfuckers is paying you, right? How are you solving their problem? And that's why I said I really just kind of wanted to take it back to the basics, because lately I just feel like I've just been getting like a whole new plethora of people asking me questions, DMing me, and just like, hey, I really want to start, but I just don't know where to start. What do I do? What do I do? And I'm telling you, the fastest way, because let's be honest, we all want, fast results in a timely manner, right? I'm not saying tomorrow. I ain't saying next week, right? I really would. I personally prefer for you to actually learn the information. Now, granted, I ain't no school motherfucker. I didn't like school. I'm not even going front with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get in and get the fuck out. But if you actually take time, and I mean like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to learn these skills and apply them to your business and grow and evolve as you're going through learning the skills, it can make a whole hell of a lot of difference. And I personally love when I get people that come to me that, again, kind of started off like how I was, and they were like, hey, I have this product. My product is amazing, but nobody's just buying it. I don't understand. Like, is it going to work? But again, if you take the time to learn branding, if you take the time to learn marketing, y'all, yeah, I'm gonna say that 18,000 times. I just want to let y'all know that that is the key to making money online. Storytelling, that is the key to making money online. Answer people's problems. Take you the fuck up out of it. Don't nobody care about you, okay? And that's what we gotta learn to accept. You could be the cutest, finest, big bootiest, big boobiest girl, but again, if you are not solving nobody's problem, don't nobody care, okay? So I'm gonna quickly show the program that I got started with, the program that I still rock to this day, and this is the power of digital products, y'all. You can literally sell the same product over and over and over and over. And to be honest with you, if you all about working smarter and not harder, I always forget to put my phone on do not disturb. Sorry, y'all got text messages coming through. The faster you do, thank y'all for the likes. Okay, y'all got to get back to getting in my little live mode. Let's try to get this to 3K likes, okay? I'm not gonna be on here long. I said I was gonna be on here for 30 minutes, so let me hurry up. But I'm gonna quickly kind of share a program with you, what I do, y'all. And this program helps me make anywhere from like $400 to $3,000. Sometimes I have $3,000 a day, all from a program that I didn't even create. And again, as a regular schmegular girl that lives in Indianapolis, Indiana, this really just broadened my horizon, because again, when I first heard of the term of digital marketing and digital products, I thought it was just PDF shit. I thought it was just, hey, you put together a little Canva, a little template, maybe, and sell that shit. But that's one form of it. Did y'all know that you could create a YouTube video listed, unlisted, and maybe it's a really in-depth training. Maybe it's a hair tutorial, right, where you're showing people how to braid. Maybe you're a mom and you know how to help kids learn how to read. Maybe you're a guy and you know how to show people how to get their CDL license and things like that. So don't feel like, oh, I'm not a writer, I don't know what to write, and I don't want to just use ChatGPT, because I feel like I hear people say that a lot too. Like, that's gonna come off kind of generic, right? No, there's so many different ways that you can do this, and that is the power of digital marketing. Okay, so if y'all have any questions, let me know. But again, this is just the personal route that I took. And honestly, a lot of my people that I have mentored, like I've mentored at this point over like 400 plus people, 300 specifically moms starting their Done For You digital marketing journey. And it's just the comments, the messages that I still get to this day is they're so glad they took that route. And shit, me too, because like I said, I went the lazy girl route of just selling somebody else's product. But the reason why I did that is because it was already fucking working, y'all. It was already working. And this is the thing, I feel like people don't ever want to say this. Like, again, it do take clout. Sometimes it do takes, you getting known and people seeing you, right? People have to see you 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm gonna say on average, they really got to see you like 7 times. But sometimes I'm like that. When I see a product or whatever, how long that motherfucker sit in your cart, right? What does that say? Okay. So you got to think about it like that. And consistency. I know y'all hear that word a lot as well, but it really does matter, right? Showing up, showing up. A lot of my students have watched me for months, weeks before they decided to buy. But guess what? When they bought, they were like, hey, I'm so glad that I did. And I'm learning so much from this one exact program. And like I said, to be able to say that I've been selling the same program, y'all, for a year, the same motherfucking program, y'all. I ain't create this shit. All I do is just show up. Shit. And what I do is I just film myself. I'm a mom. I don't live an aesthetic life. I'm not trying to convince you, baby. I'm showing you, look, I'm regular, dusty, crusty, hey, chilling, working my 9 to 5 job. But guess what? I just made $400. I just made $844 from a product that already works. And that's what I'm saying. When you build that trust and when people buy things from you and they're like, oh, it wasn't no bullshit. When people download things from you, and maybe it's a freebie, right? A lot of people, when they get started, they kind of want to hop into, well, of course we all want to make some money, right? But again, we have to build up our reputation first. And that's where people be fucking up. So the first thing that you're going to do is, for example, I'm gonna show y'all a DWA, it's the product that I got started with, right? Before I actually started promoting it, I was like, okay, I genuinely kind of want to talk to moms because I feel like that's just the easiest thing for me to do. That's the most, I feel like probably the most relatable group of people that I could relate to just because I'm a mom, right? Not 99% of the day I'm a mom. I'm a wife too as well. But I know what it's like. I know just that guilt of, having to pay for childcare, right? I wanted to be able to take my baby girl. Like I wanted to go on lunch dates and things like that. I couldn't afford it. I wanted to go to Hibachi, baby, get us some sushi. I wanted to be able to go to Cheesecake Factory whenever I wanted to. I couldn't do that. And I was like, well, maybe I'm not the only one that feels this way, right? So maybe maybe some other mamas out here that feel this. So I wanted to create passive income for myself so I could be able to do those things without guilt. And so I decided, you know what, I could talk about that and I can talk to moms like all damn day long, right? So that's who I'm going to talk to. And that's probably the number one thing that people kind of start off and they fuck up. What it is you'll see somebody online, you really resonate with them, and you're like, hey, I'm going to copy their strategy. I'm going to do the exact thing that they do. And you flop. You start and then you're, okay, I post 3 posts, nobody's paying attention to them, nobody's liking them, and then you give up. No, when it comes to y'all niche, and I know when people hear the word niche and everything like that, they freak out, right? They like, oh shit, but who am I talking to, baby? Who are you? Who is the easiest person that you can talk to? Who is somebody that you can talk to for hours? It's not about thinking about it as a group of people, but more so a specific person. And that's where a lot of people fuck up. So I was like, you know what? Who, even though I ain't got no friends like that, who am I the most comfortable talking to? And it was moms. So I decided, hey, the group of people that I'm going to talk to is moms. Of course, there's men that I've helped before. There's college students. There's high school students that I've helped before. And that's fine. But 99% of the time, I'm talking to mamas. You'll hear the language that I use. I'll say mama this, mama that, she, her, blah, 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 whatever. Those are the pronouns that I typically use because I know who I'm specifically talking to, right? I know how to solve their problem. And that is the whole point of this. The point is to become essentially the expert of, or the representation. I feel like I'm a good representation of a mom who was fucking tired of not being able to do the things that I wanted to do for my kids, give my kids the life that they wanted. And also, I can also speak to wives as well. My husband was working 2 full-time jobs and I wanted to support him. I felt guilty that he had to work 20 hours a day just to support us and give us a life. You know what I mean? Like it still was a good life, but just to get by, right? So I was like, okay, when I get online, when it comes to my content, that is who I'm going to be talking to, right? Okay, but now I need a product. So now I have this product, Digital Wealth Academy. And when I got inside of it, at the time, all I had heard was, oh, you can make all this money from it, right? Just from reselling it. So I thought that was going to be the path that I was just going to roll with, right? I'm like, oh shit, they talking about you can make $500 a day. Shit, I'm cool with that. Okay, if I could sell 2 of these motherfuckers a month, it's millions of people. I know I could sell 2 a month. If I could just sell 2 a month, that's $1,000 extra a month, and that would do so much for my family, right? So I got inside, and when I got inside of the program, I was immediately blown away because, yeah, I came into this thinking, okay, I'm just gonna make $1,000 a month just reselling the program, but I gained so much from it because again, I'm learning branding, I'm learning marketing, but I'm also learning how to really start thinking outside of the motherfucking box. I'm learning that solving people's problems is the key to making money. So if I'm solving somebody's problem, and the thing is, when you first get started, a lot of people when they hear the word problem, they think that it has to be something negative. They think that it has to be something, like just so dramatic, right? No, but a simple problem could be, hey, somebody wants to start digital products, but they don't know where to, they don't know what site to use, right? So that was one thing that I started noticing. And I was like, oh, damn, I can resell this course, but I'm also noticing that so many people are struggling with setting up their online store, or they just kind of want to get going immediately. Oh, damn. Well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to try something real quick. I see so many people comment, and that's the thing, y'all. You'll learn about problems if you're doing your research. And when you spending all this time scrolling on the internet, start reading the comments, start reading like under maybe your favorite creator or something like that, right? See what general people are commenting and start creating content about that. Start create a product about that, right? And inside of DWA, they talk about that. So let me pull up my screen real quick just to kind of quickly show y'all. And like I said, if y'all have any questions, because y'all know I'll go on a tangent real quick. But that was like my initial. And like I said, I just wanted to kind of take y'all back to the basics because I know I got some new subscribers, I got some new followers on TikTok, and I just wanted to answer that question. So I feel like I've been getting that a lot. Like I want to start, but I just don't understand how. How do I connect the pieces? Okay. So I'm going to share my screen really quickly on YouTube. Y'all let me know if y'all can see me. If y'all can't see me, let me know. Okay. Because y'all know it be acting a little sus. Let me see. And then I'm gonna share on TikTok really quickly, okay? Thank y'all for the likes. Okay, we had 3K. Okay, y'all, let's try to get it to 5K, okay? I really appreciate the likes, y'all. And like I said, if you have any questions, please, please, please just let me know, okay? So I know who I'm talking to, right? That's our first step, right? Because before I even want to get a product, I got to make sure it's gonna make sense. Like, is this even doable, right? So I was like, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna talk to moms whenever it comes to any of my products, right? So I grabbed Digital Wealth Academy. This is DWA. And it is a done for you digital marketing course, y'all. This is literally a one-stop shop for all things that you need digital marketing. Can y'all see me on YouTube? Let me know if y'all can see me on YouTube, okay? If y'all can't see me, please, please, please let me know, okay? I know the screen will be black. Okay, so I got in here, right? And I was like, wow, this is the first time I had ever seen anything in this layout. Typically, when I had bought different, online courses, online programs, them courses that you be seeing on YouTube, and it's supposed to be life-changing, game-changing, it's gonna change your life, you're gonna make all this money or whatever like that. It was so hard for me to follow. I feel like I'm self-diagnosed this, but I struggle with ADHD. It's really hard for me to focus sometimes. And, sometimes when you go through courses, and I feel like that was my struggle in school, like, baby, I got through it, okay? I was a B average student, but still, it was a struggle. I like to jump around. I can't really focus on one thing for too long. And it's really hard to like go in order. So a lot of the courses and programs that I purchased in the past, they would make you fucking go in order. Like you would literally have to like do this. And it's like, okay, I kind of already know some of this information, and that kind of would turn you off. And it's like, okay, fuck it. You know what I mean? Where DWA, it was the way it was structured. It literally had everything organized in certain modules. So even if I felt like maybe I didn't need that information right now, I could skip it and maybe just come back to it later. So that was the one thing that I fell in love, the structure. And then on top of it, it came with a community. It's one thing to get a program, y'all. And you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of are still kind of left to kind of figure it out on your own. It's a community on top of training. And also I'm gonna talk about some other features here quickly. But one thing that I want to really kind of quickly show y'all, when I first got in here, it was 42,000 people, and I was like blown away. And I think that's really important for a lot of people to kind of see and recognize, because again, you download this motherfucking course and ain't nobody in there with you. You like, shit, hell, I know this shit gonna work. Like, yeah, it's this one man teaching it, but at the same time, to see like 42,000 people when I personally got started, I was like, okay, I'm one of 42,000, baby. We're taking this shit serious, okay? And to see how much has grown since then. Like I said, I've been doing this now for a year and 5 months specifically, and now there's 126,000 people. So that tells me something like this ain't bullshit. And I don't know why. Not that sales are everything, but that was just really important for me to see because I was like, okay, baby, I'm on the right path somehow, some way, right? So inside of DWA, when you first get in here and you land in here, this is your community tab. And like I mentioned, here people can comment their personal strategy, what's working for them, what's not working for them, right? Also, you'll see the creator Rachel, like just like now, they are offering opportunities for you to teach something. And that is, again, the power of digital marketing is so great and such a great exposure opportunity. But again, this is just the first page, okay? I want to kind of quickly show y'all some of the testimonies because I tell people all the time my journey in this and what it has done for me personally. I've now made $200,000 just from reselling this course, just from reselling the course, y'all. I've made a lot of more money than that, but that alone in less than a year's time. And then let me just break this down for you. To be able to make people always say this, your first 6 figures takes the longest, but that second y'all made my second 6 figures in 5 months. In 5 months. So that's the thing. And all of this comes from this training that I learned inside of here. So that's my personal journey. I've been able to do so many amazing things for my family. My husband no longer has to work 2 full-time jobs. And just so much more. But I know y'all don't give a damn about me. I want to kind of just quickly share some other testimonies. And like I mentioned, whether you're a man, a woman, young, old, middle age, baby, got a job, don't got a job or whatever, if you are willing to learn skills, if you are willing to take in some knowledge, yeah, it's going to require a sacrifice. Yeah, it's going to require you to maybe not go out, maybe to not, you know what I'm saying, go on date nights and things like that. It's worth it for longevity. Okay. So Priscilla here, she just said that she made $16,497 as a busy mom of 3. Lily said she hit 10K in just 2 weeks. And this person here put my first post, a huge step, my first win. And these testimonies alone, y'all, it always excites me. It always gets me hyped up because I too once was at a point where I was just like, man, like, again, if I could just make $1,000, I'll be grateful. But to see so many different people from literally from all over the world, be able to do this, that should be motivating for you. That should give you that push. Like, you know what? If I stick with it and stay consistent, what the fuck is the worst that can happen? Let me make sure y'all can see. Okay. Thank you, Shamika. How are you, sis? And so I love, and I always tell my students when they get inside of DWA, definitely go through these testimonies because they're going to keep your spirits up. Okay. I don't know about you. When I see somebody that did the shit, it's possible. Okay, this person said that they surpassed 10K sales with just 600 followers. I want to really talk about that really quickly because a lot of people think, y'all, I do not have a large following. Not at all. Matter of fact, when I started from ground motherfucking zero, bitch. I started from -5. I'm just playing though. But I started a faceless page, and that is an option that you have when you get started with a digital product, and that is the power of digital marketing. You ain't got to show your face if you don't want to. Now, I will say, it definitely is a faster way, and it's probably one of the best strategies, I think, live streaming and showing your face so people can feel you, feel your energy, and get a connection with you. But can you do this faceless? Absolutely, y'all. AI, y'all know, is taking over. So you have options like creating your AI twin and having that literally do all the hard work for you. That is one way that you can do it. I personally am just a face forward girly. I love having a connection with my audience. I love talking to y'all. I love, answering your questions and things like that. And I love for people to see me. Shit, baby, y'all gonna see me, okay? They came to see me. But either way, you have different ways to go. But as far as a following, this is not something that you have to have thousands of followers for, y'all. And I feel like and it's so funny. I just recently went to this DWA event, and I'm gonna talk about that here later too as well. But I truly feel like I am the poster child of not having a large following, not getting a lot of likes, not any of that shit. You know why? Because my message is clear. I'm not on here trying to sell y'all nothing or whatever like that. I'm just going to show you, hey, this is the value that you get inside of this program. If you have questions, definitely ask away. But it's not that serious, y'all. If your message is clear, and this is the thing, people are like, oh, I only get 100 likes. I only get 5 people to like my stuff. But guess what? If 5 people bought this product for $422, that's $2,200. So again, if your message is clear, so what if you get 20 views? So what if you get 30 views? And honestly, y'all, when I started, that is where my views were at. And again, even as a faceless creator, now I did get my first sale with less than 50 followers. I believe I was at 47 followers to be exact. And y'all, I was posting a whole bunch of white bitches on my page. White woman with blonde hair, driving a G-Wagon, the matcha, all that. That was me, right? But I was showing up consistently and I was giving value. I was solving people's problems. And a lot of people, again, who may have or may already be in this space and you haven't necessarily gotten these sales, are you giving value? A lot of people are so afraid to give away free value because they want people to buy their product. But that's the thing. People are going to come when you leave a good taste in their mouth. And if you ain't leaving a good motherfucking taste in their mouth, they ain't fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a date, baby. You got to date me. You got to court me. And so when it comes to our products, when it comes to us trying to promote something and obviously, get a sale from it or whatever, we can't be afraid to give away free. I always take it back to old school marketing. You know, when motherfuckers used to go out and give out like they CDs and shit like that because they're like, hey, my shit is dope as fuck. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the CD for free because I know it's gonna, you're gonna want more. Same thing, y'all. Same thing with online. We have to give away things that people are like, oh wow, I just learned something in 5 minutes for free. I can only imagine what, this value that she's offering that costs some money, I'll be willing to pay for it. So that is the biggest thing that I see so many beginners, why it takes them forever to get their first sale. But again, I just wanted to y'all, I told y'all I'll go on a motherfucking tangent. Followers don't mean shit. Likes don't mean shit. I have some creator friends who have over 500,000 followers, 500,000 subscribers. And guess what? I make more money than them. And when I learned that, I said, oh shit, okay. So again, please do not think followers, you have to have this large audience in order to make money online, because that's not fucking true. And as you can see, sis said she made 10K with just 600 followers. Okay, a lot of us already got 600 followers. All right. This person said, I like to read guys too, so y'all can see it. I'm about to quit digital marketing. I was about to quit digital marketing. Then I made $6,400 in just 4 days. So again, y'all, so many people's share their journey here inside this testimony tab. And again, it's just inspiring getting that first sale. And I always tell people that first sale, it could take you sometimes. For some people, like I said, I got my first sale in 5 days. Some of my students have been getting sales in 1 day. Some people, it takes them 30 days. It takes 6 months. It's all about how you show up. But specifically, it really starts with your mindset. It starts with you feeling like you're worthy. I tell people all the time, don't invest in a program just to be investing. Invest in it because you're ready to change your life. Invest in it because you really are going to take this shit serious and you're going to show up consistently, regardless if people are liking your shit, regardless if anybody's in your live or whatever, right? You're going to show up regardless because you believe in it. And for me, this was the first time I had ever, because I ain't gonna lie, I used to let that shit bother me. Like, oh, ain't nobody in my shit. Ain't nobody watching. But I was like, no, I know that there's value in this program. And somebody needs to hear about this. I got to share this with somebody. So many moms can change their lives just like how I am if they will learn these skills. Because I'm telling y'all, once I show y'all the training, y'all see what I mean. This is just the testimonies, okay? I just wanted to show y'all that. So those are some. I also want to show, because they do have this new faceless testimony tab. And these are people that have pages that they are not showing their face. So they are running a business probably on autopilot, not even showing them, because some people don't be wanting they family in their business, which is totally understandable. You don't want nobody ask, okay, bitch, you making $500 a day, let me hold something, right? So some people do this completely faceless. Like I said, that was the way I started off. And let me just say, if you have misconceptions about growing or thinking that it takes time, y'all, I grew my faceless page to 22,000 followers just in 90 days, all from the training that's inside of this program. Okay. I literally followed it step by step. I was posting every day. I was getting on live and I was offering value. I cannot say that enough. I was offering value. Wasn't afraid to give it away for free either. Offering value. And that draws so many people in, even though they couldn't even see me, which is crazy. I would literally be on live stream for like an hour. And people were just so interested in what I was talking about because, again, I'm showing you, hey, this is how you use this program. So this person here said, if 27 sales were possible last month, imagine what this month holds. So they closed 27 sales, y'all. 27 sales. Isn't that insane? Like $10,000 plus. And I think because I feel like I've seen him before. I think he's fairly new to DWA, if I'm not mistaken. This person here said, I'm honestly blown away. Instead, I use attraction marketing, showing up with the right content, sharing value, and positioning myself so the right people would reach out to me. Can't say it enough, y'all. Give that value. You're gonna make money, point blank, period. Okay. Quarter of 1 million faceless. Do y'all see that? She'd have made $250,000 faceless, a wife, a mom, 4 kiddos. And this is what I'm saying. Like, no shade to anybody else, baby. But for the mamas, like, that's game changer, y'all. Daycare is fucking expensive as hell. Okay. And honestly, I don't want nobody else raising my kids. I just don't, right? But she was saying from one reel, she has made 20K in 1 month selling digital products. And again, y'all, this is the power of digital marketing. This is what you can do. If you create valuable content, I'm sorry, what did y'all say on here? Yes, I can see you. I have to make time work for me. I think I'm overthinking my content. Yeah, please don't overthink it, y'all. And that's another thing. People consume so much content nowadays that they get overwhelmed and they're like, oh, I'm not where she's at. And it's like, you got to stop comparing your first chapter to somebody's 18th chapter. That girl probably started and stopped and created a new page. This might be their 8th page. And now it's finally working for them. This is something that you have to literally be in your own motherfucking lane, your own journey, and you roll with it. Okay. Yeah, let me hurry up because I said I was gonna be in here 30 minutes. But this person said, still figuring it out. I have went through the Richards module about mindset and it's actually very good and encouraging. So as you see, this is a beginner, and I always like to share everything inside of here so y'all can truly see it that it's okay to be a beginner, right? The point is to stay consistent and to stay in the training and learn this information because that's what's gonna help you and that's what's gonna change everything for you. Okay. This is not you buy DWA today and you're going to make money. You have to actually go in and train. And I'm telling you, if you take the time to do that, you're going to feel motivated. You're going to feel inspired to create. You're going to feel inspired to get on live eventually because you know that that's what's going to work. And when you're giving away value, you'll hear a lot of motherfuckers say that, okay? This person said, finally, it worked. Great news. I made my first $994. I've been in this community for a while, putting in a lot of effort and consistency. Oh, I like reading these type of but then I realized it isn't all about working hard. It's about working smart and doing things right. I was getting leads every single day, but I could not make sales though I tried. I used to believe it was a case of waiting for the clients to purchase like a miracle until I opted to reach out to them directly and give them full information concerning the course and how it works. This enabled me to get my first sale within 10 minutes. So this person here is just kind of sharing their journey and what worked for them. Maybe she created a post or a story poll and someone engaged with her. A lot of times people are just scared. People are afraid. A lot of times when I get DMs, people are like, oh, I didn't even know you were going to reach out. I will say this, I will never, ever, ever tell anybody, or I personally don't code DM, but I will say if people are engaging with me, if people are commenting, and this is why you'll learn this inside of here. Like if you're doing like an Instagram story poll or something like that, that is a great, like, hey, you can DM somebody if they're engaging with you because they're curious, right? But again, I ain't gonna never tell nobody, don't be just DM hitting people up or whatever like that. And I think that's where people think of like MLMs, because I know people that a lot of my students that have done MLMs, they say like the first thing that they tell you to do is like literally send a text message to all the people on your phone. I don't never want to like come off again salesy. I want to solve your problem. Hey, are you struggling with living paycheck to paycheck? Are you just needing some kind of source to create passive income? And I create content based off of that. And if people again vote on a poll or if they DM me based off of maybe something like a conversation that I spark, then that conversation is open. But again, there's times where I've talked to people, and y'all may go through this as well too, where I'm like, okay, girl, it doesn't sound like realistically you have the time to focus on this. So, regardless, I don't think $500 is a lot of money, but I would never want somebody just to get something and then it just collects dust, right? So always be considerate, always have integrity when it comes to your audience and things like that. But again, you see, sis said that she made, sales that way. I just don't like for people to personally DM me. So I wouldn't just DM people just out of the blue, you know what I'm saying? Just because y'all follow me, right? So again, you can go through here, go through these testimonies. Y'all can literally talk about this for hours, but it's just so inspiring. Like I said, not only do people share their receipts and how much money they made, but they also share their personal stories and everything like that. I wanted to kind of quickly show you before I actually, because we still ain't got into the training yet. This is just all the amazing things that DWA offers. Baby, the game changer about DWA is not only do you get this training that you have lifetime access to, right? That you can go in, stay in every day, go through it, right? We also have master classes on a weekly basis. And that right there is really game changer for a lot of people because you are actually learning from one of the co-creators inside of DWA who makes 8 figures. And I don't know about you, baby. I ain't trying to learn from nobody that's making $100. I'm trying to learn because if I can get just a portion of your strategy down, then that I can apply that to mine, and I'm sure that it can increase my revenue. And for me personally, I can definitely say it definitely did for me. When I first got in here, I definitely, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I wasn't going to the master classes, okay? And I was kind of like stuck between like 1,000, 5K months, which is still great, right? But once I started attending the master classes, it really kind of shifted a lot of things for me because I learned about how to implement more freebies to collect names and emails, have those conversations, spark conversations inside of the DM, and really, again, I just learned more about like warming up my audience, you know what I'm saying, and getting comfortable with them and seeing what exactly do you need. Because again, there may be someone who, you know, maybe you don't need necessarily a course. You know, maybe you've been in this space because I've talked to so many people where like I had a guy, for example, he ended up buying Digital Wealth Academy, but his like long-term goal was to sell his own product, and he was very passionate about helping people in general get their CDL license. Like there's such a process behind it, and a lot of the information isn't really, I guess, you don't have like the most easiest access to get it, and so many people want to have their own what is it called, owner operator truck or whatever like that, because you can make a lot of money from that. And so he used Digital Wealth Academy to learn the skills and learn about brand and learn about marketing to promote his product, but he didn't focus on selling DWA at all. And that was some things that I had, because again, when I started, my focus was, hey, I'm selling this program to people, hey, y'all resell it, y'all resell it, y'all resell it. And that's not the purpose of it. So I had learned that from once I started attending those master classes, but I also learned how to scale and not necessarily be, because again, I was stuck between that 1 and 5K forever, it felt like, which, like I said, was still good money. But I was like, man, how can I increase that? What are some new things that I could do? And they teach you that inside of these master classes. So they're absolutely free. It's just a Zoom call that you can hop on. And if you stay all the way to the end, they even give you like little incentives and little freebies that you can use in your personal strategy. So I'm hop right into the training, y'all, because I felt like I spent a lot of time on just the first page, and that was a lot. But this is the meat and potatoes of DWA. This is where it all goes down. This is where the training changed the game. I'm not about to go through all of the modules, but as you can see, everything here is organized for what you need. And that's one thing that I love. I do want to kind of quickly show y'all, because I know I may have some people that get DWA today. Inside of this Start Here module, very important for you to go through, right? I mean, it says start here, so you should fucking start here, okay? Please do. Motherfuckers don't be doing that. I don't know why. But start here. I think this is a great way for you if you are someone who's like completely oblivious to digital marketing. You don't necessarily know what you want to do, but you want to make some money, right? Completely understandable. This is a great place to start, just because they talk about the different paths that you can take with this. Like I said, when I got into this, I was like, shit, I'm just gonna resell the course. That's all I want to do, right? But it really kind of opened up my mind and my thought process of like, okay, I could do more. I could use DWA to possibly create my own product, because they have a module here to show you how to create your own course, create your own digital product, ebooks, guides, things like that, right? Or I could actually do some of the side hustles in here. So again, get in this and have an open mind. Don't be like just set on one thing. The whole point of this is to create multiple streams of income for yourself. Okay. Now, granted, you may want to just start with one. And I think starting with just reselling the course, because again, DWA kind of already has a little clout. It's already known. So you don't necessarily have to do that groundwork. As far as testimonies, them testimonies I was just showing you, when you get started, you can use them testimonies. You can post them on your website. You can post them in your story and let your audience know, hey, this is what's working. This is what's working for so many people. Even if you haven't made a sale yet, you are entitled to do that. So that's why I personally like to take that path, instead of me trying to like, hey, y'all, can y'all buy my shit? Like, ain't nobody bought it yet, but can you be that first person that trusts me? That is the whole point of a done for you digital product that's working. Okay. The groundwork is motherfucking done for you. Okay. So that's what I like. But I was definitely start here. Another thing that I want to mention just in this module alone is everybody at this point is familiar with ChatGPT, right? Everybody I'm sure. Okay. They have a specific bot for DWA. So if you are a beginner, a lot of my students lately have been starting with this, and I feel like it's making a whole hell of a lot of difference, because when I got in DWA, maybe I ain't had no bot. Okay. I had to definitely just still go in here, which I like to do. I like to go out and find the information for myself, because I don't know, it's just something about it. Like once I've done it, that way, if I have a mentee or just anybody that's inquiring, I kind of am already familiar with the information, instead of letting, no shade to anybody that's using the bot. I'm just saying you cheating a little bit. But hey, if it's gonna make your process a little bit easier, go for it, right? But they have this access bot here. I'm not gonna click on it, but it essentially just takes you to ChatGPT. If you go on any of my lives in the past, I've always showed it before, but y'all, it literally will give you your strategy on how to promote this product. If you go in there and type in, because I don't know about y'all, I talk to my ChatGPT real ghetto. I'd be like, hey, bitch, I need to make 10K in 3 days. what do I need to do? And it literally will give you a game plan strategy for it. And again, I feel like a lot of people be like, girl, I just don't know what to do. I mean, I got the course. I just don't know where the fuck I don't know what to do, right? So you have no excuse. It literally is gonna guide you. Hey, I need help with content ideas. Hey, I'm thinking about getting on live. How should I structure my live? Now, y'all know me, my lives be real ghetto to the point, but if you are someone that likes a little bit of structure and everything, ain't nothing wrong with that. You can literally go in there and ask about, hey, I really enjoyed the mindset module in here, and I really want to create some content about that. Could you give me some ideas, or can you show me how I can position myself online to attract people and to potentially bring in sales? Literally ask it anything, and it's gonna give you a strategy. So that really right there is a game changer. Like I said, when I got started with DWA, that was not in there, but it is a really helpful tool to help you be successful, to see sales come in, to maybe you want to even somehow, like I always tell people, and I tell a lot of my students, y'all, again, this is that thinking out of the box part. All of these modules individually would be a great YouTube video for you to do, okay? Because people want to learn this information. I got monetized finally on YouTube after so many years of struggling and just being on YouTube, not having no real game plan, not solving nobody's motherfucking problems because don't nobody care about my goddamn vlogs. But I still wanted to vlog. So I said, you know what? I'm learning all these skills. I'm making money as well. I'm sure people will be excited about that. So let me start just filming my behind the scenes and sharing that with people. And shit, motherfuckers started subscribing to my channel. And honestly, and then that also brought in sales. So I always tell people all the time that is a great way to start. Again, if you've been struggling on YouTube, baby, the wealth niche in general is a high paying what's the word? CPM and RPM. As we go into this last quarter of the year, your CPM and RPM definitely goes up because them ads, baby, be adding. What you say, Christian? Your first 23 days, you made 15K on IG. Yeah. So, and then I was stuck. Yeah, I got stuck because I started kind of depending on going live. And again, when I started hopping into those, yeah, because remember when I told you, Christian, I was on there heavy, and then I ended up getting stuck 1 to 5K. And it was like, okay, how can I do this? And I think it was just the initial like momentum for me, y'all, because the first week I was like, baby, this shit gotta work. Then I got comfortable. So and that's why I'm always telling people like there is not a one-way strategy. Like typically I like to go live, but your content, y'all, real short form content is the fastest way to get people to see your brand, even when you have no followers. So yeah, I definitely was stuck for a while. But my first 3 months, amazing. But then like late October, October, December, I was stuck 5K, 7K. Sometimes I think one of my low months, what was it? I think it was no, was it September? I can't remember. But yeah, so again, that's why I said the master classes, Christian. If you not now, granted that lately they've been kind of I ain't gonna say that, but for my newbies, it's worth it. You definitely want to go in and you're gonna learn how to implement. Like, and that's why I always would tell people like this is not no fluke. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I thought it was, and that's why I kind of held back from mentoring people because I like hit the ground running, and then I was like, okay, I'm plateauing a little bit, and that's completely normal. A lot of people go through that. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, like go through that phase. Some of my creator friends that have been doing this longer than me have said, girl, I went from 20K months down to down to 10K. So we all go through this, but it's about constantly evolving, constantly doing what's working. Not necessarily like trends are cool, right? But offering value and taking it to the next level and learning how to implement other products. Now, again, DWA, and this is another thing that I've learned from I had learned from the master class. I was just focusing on selling DWA, but then once I started implementing, let me start setting up people's stores. Fuck it. I started off mentoring y'all for free, which I always tell people definitely don't do that. Like you can mentor 3 or 4 people for free, but after that, start charging because your time is worth it. But yeah, just to be completely honest with you, yep, I definitely was. And then I took it up a level. But now, maybe I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was stuck at 10K. I don't do a lot. I don't put a lot of effort. If I'm being completely honest with y'all, I know I like to always tell y'all the motherfucking truth in my business. Just because I was making a lot of money just getting on live. But content, I always tell people to go to rule 3 pieces of content every day, y'all. 3 pieces of content every single day. I promise you it will change the game. But value, not no bullshit, not no, I'm just posting just to say that I posted, offering value. And having a mixture of low ticket and high ticket items will change the game for you. But again, a great way to start off resell, of course, resell. And honestly, DWA isn't necessarily high ticket. It's more so mid ticket. You can sell something for $1,000. Again, don't let it be. It shouldn't be no bullshit though. Okay. Sorry, did you say something else? I guess you got stuck because you reduced the rate at which you. Yeah, I was. Because you know how. I'm glad you calling me out, Christian. You know how like when you again, you have to understand something. When I got into this, y'all, I was like, man, I just want to make $1,000. So when that first, like y'all, my first 90 days in this went crazy. I was like, baby, I'm about to chill. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of chilled. And I was like, well, fuck it. A lot of the sale, because I would look at my analytics and I'm like, well, a lot of my sales are coming from Instagram. Because at this time, y'all, I wasn't even on YouTube. I was literally just on Instagram. So you have to really like think about that for a second. I'm faceless. I'm not creating I'm creating the content, but it's not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm posting faceless content. And I'm just reposting it. You know, I'm using ChatGPT to do all that. And I'm like, bro, I ain't really doing shit, you know. So I ain't gonna lie, I was excited, spent that money, paid some bills off, and you know how like when you know. So I was like, well, fuck it, I ain't gonna post 4 or 5 times a day anymore. I'm just gonna start doing lives. And at first, the sales were still coming in, but then like 30 days out, 60 days out from that, they dropped. And so that kind of sparked me to like, okay, well, I'm about to start attending these master classes. And then I hop back up. But on average, I am someone that, and like I said, I just to be completely honest with y'all, and I've shared this on my YouTube channel. I shared it with y'all before too. Like, I'm like, I know I definitely got to step my game up, but that's why I'm so passionate about telling people about this opportunity, because I'm not going to say it's low effort, but for me, it has been a low effort thing. Like, don't get me wrong. I still think about, and I'm very intentional when it comes to my content and what I post. But for a lot of what I do, it's just copy and pasting. Me getting on live and talking to y'all and answering y'all questions, that's not work. You know, it doesn't scare me or anything like that. For some people, I know it's kind of like a thing, but I started off faceless. So the camera, just like how y'all see me on TikTok right here, I'm like, shit, I can talk my shit because y'all can't see me, y'all can't fight me. And I'm like, baby, I know these people know that I'm black, but maybe they think I'm a white girl that mess with black guys. I don't know, right? So I guess that was kind of the easy, why it was so easy for me to get on live. Numbers never really meant anything to me as far as like, oh, there's 5 people in my life, there's 1 person in my life, there's 0 people in my life. I was just like, hey, I love this program. I'm passionate about it. I'm excited about it. I'm in love with it. And I want people to know. And so that is kind of what my strategy was for so long. And to say that I made 6 figures, y'all, like I said, I made my first 6 figures in 9 months, which every time I think about that, it's insane. And I remember like even Richard always says that he's one of the co-creators in here. Like it takes you like that first 6 figures is the hardest, but then y'all turned around and made my second 6 figures in 5 months. In 5 months. So again, and I'm not someone who, like I said, like I know it comes off wrong to say it like that, but like now, like if y'all seen the content I've been trying to post lately, I've been taking my time and actually trying to edit it, put a little sauce on it, right? But y'all, baby, I used to film me doing dishes when I became face forward. Because what had happened was with Instagram, y'all. Do y'all remember when they had launched the reel? What was it called? The child, when they was actually paying people for their reels, they started treating a lot of people's pages like spam, and I kept getting spam alerts, and I'm like, what the hell? And my page ended up getting shut down. So I was like, man, like all this money I had made, and that kind of deterred me as well too. I ain't gonna lie, that was a kind of a huge part of my like I think what made me kind of slow down, because I was like, man, I have put all this effort and all this energy into this, and then my page gets shut down. They talking about to fucking what is it called? What's the word? I don't know why I just went blank. What is it called? But basically, like Instagram was like I was gonna have to like essentially have a legal battle to get my page back, and so I was like, fuck it. But honestly, if I'm being completely honest, God had kept telling me that I need to help. Like I needed to, instead of focusing on trying to help everybody, focus on moms, focus on moms, focus on moms. And I wasn't listening. And I ended up doing that. And this is how I got into like mentoring y'all heavy. And I was mentoring people for free. Y'all, I had like 60 people. I'll never forget. I had like 60 people at once. And when I tell you, oh, it was a lot, but I'm so grateful to be a part of so many people's transformations. And it definitely taught me a lot. It definitely taught that my time and my energy was worth something. And that's why I'm always telling y'all, like, I know a lot of people, like, when they start out to gain sales, you should offer like a free 15-minute call to help people get started. Because some people just need that boost. But the shit that I was doing, y'all, I was literally giving people their content for the week, giving them the caption, I would give them chat prompts to use to create their, like literally everything for free, y'all. And that was just probably one of the biggest mistakes that I ever made in business, but I learned from it, right? But I'm always so inspired to help people, motivate people, especially my mama. So that is why I took the skills that I learned inside of this program and created my own. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I had not invested in DWA. I wouldn't have been able to make my first 6 figures if I had not invested in DWA. And so if y'all don't take nothing from me from today when it comes to this live, millionaires, y'all, the number one thing that I feel like they all have in fucking common is it's never too much knowledge. You should never be afraid to invest in yourself. You should never be afraid to learn a skill. The biggest thing is sticking with it. Okay. Again, I bought so many different programs, so many different guides and ebooks and shit like that. And I ain't gonna lie, some of the information just wasn't giving what it needed to give. And I think that's why I too am very passionate about, when it comes to my own offers that I have, to over deliver. I don't want nobody to ever feel like, bitch, this was some bullshit. What the hell? I don't care if it costs $5, right? And when you learn how to do that, and when you learn how to solve people's problems, I'm telling you, that is the key to making money. And when you learn to constantly, like, people will tell you all the time, how we was raised, oh, save some money, say, fuck saving money, baby. Taking your money and invest and keep investing. And that was, like I said, when I did that, I was like, shit, I ain't gotta go as hard, because hell, after I done made my first little 40K, okay, Babe about to start his Turo business. Okay, after Babe started his Turo business, he making money from that. Okay, let's try to get back into this Airbnb shit, because we tried it before, it wasn't giving what it needed to give. Okay, and so that is the key to this, and that is the thing that people don't talk about. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to y'all. Is Digital Wealth Academy my only source of income? Hell no. But is it a huge part of it nowadays? Absolutely. And like I said, as a person that treats this kind of like effortlessly, this is why I'm telling you, if you are a beginner, you're going to take so much away from this program, because you're going to learn about mindset training. You're going to learn an intro into digital marketing. So that's why when people be like, oh, girl, I don't know what it is, baby, you ain't got no excuse, because they got a whole basic understanding of what digital marketing is. Every time you recommend something to somebody, every time you tell, oh, girl, to check this place out, do that, and she go do it, baby, that was a form of affiliate marketing, and you just didn't get paid for that shit. They talk about that in there. So important to have a good foundation, so you know why you're showing up. So when people ain't liking your shit, when people ain't in your lives, when people ain't supporting you or whatever, your foundation is so strong, that shit don't mean nothing, right? They talk about that in there. They have this digital product crash course that literally gives you a step-by-step to everything that you need to scale your business to 10K to 100K, right? And if you follow along, you're learning from an 8-figure earner. All of this is video instruction, y'all. Video instruction. They have this DWA affiliate program in here. You're gonna learn just all things about DWA, 85% commission, how to get your affiliate link. I know when people hear the term affiliate, they be like, hell no, baby, they don't pay no goddamn money, baby. It's 85%. DWA is $497, but every time you sell it, you walk away with $422, which is crazy, insane. And like I said, for a program that's already working, a program that's already known, baby, a lot of that work is done for you. You just got to show up consistently. You got to show people the value that's in this program. And that's exactly what I do. I get on here, y'all, and read what is on the screen. And this is how I make anywhere from 400 to 3. Sometimes like I said, some days I don't make no money. Some days I make $400. Some days I make $844. Some days I make $1,000. It all depends how I show up. Y'all know I be kind of all over the place. I ain't being consistent as much as I need to be, but that is the power of digital marketing, that I've been selling this exact same program for a whole motherfucking year. It's insane. Okay. All of these skills are organized in what you need. You know how I talked about pre-launching when it comes to you having your own product. Yeah, your product is probably amazing, but have you pre-launched it? Have you built curiosity prior to actually launching the program? You should be 30 days out. Hey, my product not launching until October 1st. Are you constantly on Instagram talking about it in your story, sharing it, showing people, oh, this is a quick little sneak peek? That is how you build that curiosity that's going to make people want to buy some shit. You know how I'm not a shoe person or anything like that, so let me not get on your line. But I guess like when Jordans and shit be about to come out, don't they be talking about, okay, them Jordans, they gonna be dropping October 1st, right? And it's like, it makes people like, oh, bitch, I ain't even got no money, but let me start setting a little, $20, $30, $40 to the side so I can be able to get them Jordans when they come out. Same thing, y'all, when it comes to your product. And even when you get inside of DWA, when you get it, yeah, a lot of people want to hop in here and just, oh, you should buy a DWA, you should buy a DWA. Well, what the fuck is it? What am I gonna gain from it? Some people don't know what this is, right? So it's your job to talk about it, why they need this, give examples, share your transformation, what's working for you. That's what you learn inside of here, okay? They even show you which storefront that you can use, because obviously with you selling a digital product, you are going to need to sell it so you can collect your motherfucking money, right? So they have different options in here for you to use and help you set that up. You're going to learn about email marketing, such an important skill to help you scale your business. And again, another great kind of sales psychology trick that, well, I won't say trick because that sounds bad, but another sales psychology skill that will really help you scale your business. Anytime you see emails coming through from some of your favorite brands, like I said, them Jordans just dropping October 1st. Are Jordans dropping on October 1st? Y'all don't know. But I'm just saying that was the quickest thing I could think of that people be going crazy over for, right? But having those emails, maybe having a 7-day sequence leading up to that point, maybe letting them know you about to drop a planner, or you about to drop a how to get your real estate license course or whatever like that. Leading people up to that is a great way to help you scale your business and get people engaged. Maybe you got a YouTube channel. You know how YouTube be hating on people and they don't be wanting to send the notifications. Email marketing, great skill for you to use, and that's all in here. Okay, y'all, with the 14 likes, thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, sis. They talk about building trust with your audience. Again, such an important thing that you need, y'all. People, and this is why I say going with a product that is already created, that is already working for hundreds and thousands of other people, right? It's going to be kind of a lot easier to build your trust. Not saying that your own product would take, you can't build trust with that. But again, that groundwork is done for you, okay? When people see that, oh, every time Sierra sells a product and it's actually of value, is something, I ain't gonna feel a certain type of way if I buy some other shit off of her. Okay. So they have that in there. Y'all, they have a content vault to help you promote DWA. So flyers and story posts that you can use, that the creator uses to promote and get sales from DWA. And this is why it's called Done For You. Okay. All that shit is in here. You're gonna learn about branding, attraction marketing, how to sell in your stories, how to sell in your DMs. They even have a whole module on faceless marketing. So you have no excuse if you want to start. If you want to learn how to create your own AI twin, they have a module on that. Okay. So again, everything that you need in one place where you can jump around, literally get what you need and leave what you don't. If you a guy, if you a female, you don't have to go into this men digital marketing, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're talking to guys or whatever, then I would actually take the time to learn that, to learn what's in here. This module here, this all things Instagram and learning how to navigate Instagram, they literally show you and help you with posting times, learning about your insights, like learning all things Instagram, okay? Maybe you want to finally just get unstuck, because a lot of us get stuck at a certain number on Instagram, and you want to finally learn how to do that. You're going to learn that inside of that module. Maybe you want to be more appealing to brands, so you can create another side hustle of doing UGC or getting brand deals or getting on PR lists. You'll learn all that inside of the Instagram module. They show you how to create your own digital products, learning about just content creation in general, the viral reel system, everything reels, content creation, all that, y'all. Content is king and motherfucking queen, okay, if I'm talking to the girlies. And like I said, content, if you have any sort of business, I don't care if it's a storefront business, a digital business, an online business, whatever, you should be creating content, because that is the easiest, freest way to market yourself and get eyes on your brand, point blank, period. So if you're not doing content and you got a business, you fucking crazy. I was at my dentist office the other day, and y'all, again, this is what I mean. Side hustles, constantly working. And I was talking to my dentist, and he's like, hey, I know you do digital marketing and social media marketing. I really just, I just want to get more people. And I was like, you need an Instagram page, you need a Facebook page, and you should be talking about it, educating, because of course, my dentist, he black. And I was telling him, I was like, you need to educate, because I know so many people are afraid to go to the dentist because they haven't been in years and things like that. And I created a whole little opportunity for myself just from going to my dentist, y'all. And this is what I'm saying. All of this stuff I have learned is all because of DWA, and it's a game changer. You'll learn about CapCut editing, photography, videography, and on this last page here, I like to call this the gold money mine, the money page, okay? Because there's just so many different side hustles. You'll learn about your AI twin, Canva essentials, how to automate your business, how to maintain loyal customers. We don't want a person to buy one thing from them. We want them to keep coming the fuck back, right? How to legally protect your business. You'll learn more about affiliate marketing and how to do that. I had a brand reach out to me that created my sign. And every time I recommend that link or give somebody my link, I get a commission just from them signing up and creating their own sign. Obviously, I'm in the digital marketing space, so a lot of people have their own brands. So that's another side hustle that I was able to create, all from learning these skills, y'all. You're gonna learn about TikTok, all things TikTok, connecting on lives, TikTok shop, things like that. They have a UGC course in here that's very detailed as fuck. There's literally over 100 plus pillars within inside of there. Crazy. And you can learn UGC is user generated content, things like that. They also have how to create your own course, which I personally use to create my own course, etc. Y'all, so much information in here. So much value. I mean, and again, you just got to be willing to get in here and learn this shit your motherfucking self, okay? I'm gonna stop sharing my screen really quickly because y'all gotta go. But well, I actually gotta hop on this call real quick. But I'm telling y'all, like, don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Don't be afraid to learn skills. And y'all, I cannot, again, I have to constantly say this. I have treated this with so just low effort. I truly have. And that's not me trying to brag. That's not me trying to say, like, again, I wanted to make $1,000 in this, just y'all. I wanted to make $1,000 and to exceed that, to exceed that. And I'm just like, you can create your dream life. You can have the things that you want, but does it require work? Yes. Does it require sacrifice? Yes. But if you're willing to do it, it can change everything for you. Okay. So if you are interested in getting Digital Wealth Academy, let me know. Shoot me a message, shoot me a DM. What I like to do is when you get DWA from me, you also get my personal business line. Because again, I know what people they be feeling a certain type of way. They be scared, which is totally understandable or whatever like that. So I want you to have the support. But actually what I'm doing, I like to do this when I hop on live. If you are a mom, I will throw in my community. It's called the Mompreneur Method. And it's also another done for you digital system that you can use and resell actually for 100% profit. But if you're not a mom and you're a guy, I also have a new program. It's called ICM. It's called my Inner Circle Method. And basically it's a Telegram group where you can get support. I have live trainings twice a week, and basically where I will share different strategy tips. You can ask questions and things like that. Because again, y'all, digital marketing truly changed my life. And I told God, I said, baby, I'm always gonna give you the glory and let these people know, okay? And I'm always gonna help anywhere that I can. Like I literally went from paycheck to I can't say it enough, y'all. And I always be saying it really wasn't even paycheck to paycheck because baby, I was spending the money before I was getting it. But if I can change my life in less than a year's time, I know you can do it as well too. Okay. So stop being afraid to invest in yourself. That is the key. I'm telling you, look up millionaires and see what they do. They're always investing in knowledge so they can take their brand, their business to the next level. And you should do the same thing too. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. What'd you say, Christian? It's all good here. It's not my intent to call you. No, I love that. I really do love that. But I be liking people to know realistically so y'all can see, like, with minimum effort, that's still good money though. Okay. Like, oh yeah. So ask away anytime. But all right, y'all. Let me hop on this call. I gotta talk to with somebody, and I will see y'all on the next one. I haven't did a live like this in a while, so I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you took something away from it. All right, y'all. I will see y'all. Maybe, I don't know, maybe tomorrow. No, Christian, keep doing that, okay? I love it. 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 Okay. And whatever you need help with, I got you. Don't hesitate to reach out. Ask away. Like y'all DM me, send me messages. Like I truly enjoy helping. Like for real. For real. For real. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.